Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm actually here in my new apartment / studio loft, and this is the very first sit-down video that I am doing in this house. For any of you who missed him, here he is. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sofia, and I make videos about lifestyle and minimalism and about how to make your life more about experiences and less about physical objects. For this week's video, I actually wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about being a digital nomad. And what I mean by this is just having the lifestyle where I work from my laptop and not necessarily an office environment. And essentially I can just work from anywhere, which means that I tend to travel quite a bit and bring my work with me. And I wanted to show you guys what a week in the life of me working and traveling will look like. So recently in January, I actually took a quick trip overseas to New York and Florida for about a week and a half. And instead of taking time off, I actually brought my work with me and just made sure to use that dead time for some work. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I look absolutely terrible because I'm so jet lagged, but I just had to share this goddamn morning view, guys. Just check this out. First off, I set off to go to New York and I flew out of Amsterdam airport. I'm gonna sit right here for this entire video, okay. So I left from Amsterdam airport, and actually airports and airplanes are some of my favorite places to work because it just turns dead time if you will, into actual productive work time that makes me money. So what I like to do is I like to make sure that I have some things offline and ready to go so that I can use that time in the airport or in the airplane. And when I got to New York, I stayed for the first night in a capsule hotel or Citizen M hotel. I called it a capsule hotel because it is a lot smaller than your typical hotel and it's smart. I did a video about it and I will leave the link down below if you guys want to watch it. And there during the day, I sort of didn't get to do much because I got to the airport pretty late. But then the next day I sat down in the lobby of the hotel, which was actually really nice and had a couple other people working there. And I got some work done. I also walked around in Times Square a little bit and got to see New York a little bit, not too much. And that night I sort of went to Broadway with a friend. And for the rest of the trip, I stayed with friends actually, so a huge shout out to them for letting me stay with them. It was honestly the best time. Seeing a new city with friends is actually so much better than just seeing it by yourself or exploring it as like a tourist, if you will. And because they were friends from actually a while ago, I didn't do a lot of work those days because I actually wanted to spend as much time with them as I possibly could. But then I took a 3-hour flight from New York to Florida, and I definitely worked on the flight there and the airport before that, which was about 2 hours of work. And then I stayed with my friend Nicole in Fort Lauderdale and had honestly the most wonderful week. And what we tried to do, we weren't great at it, but we definitely got some stuff done, was in the morning, she was studying for a couple of things that she had to do. So in the mornings, we would sort of sit for a couple hours and work. One of the days we went to the Miami Art District and we actually sat at a coffee shop there, which was super nice because I got to feel like a little local for a day, and we got some work done. And so some of the other days we went to the beach. Obviously I didn't work at the beach, but we would either get work done before or after. So at night I got some work done as well. One of the days we actually went to one of the keys. So we passed Key Largo and we went to, I forget what the name of the other key was. Ilha Morada, something like that. I just butchered that, but it was absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, it was like a little piece of paradise. I can't believe I had the opportunity to go and spend a day there. I'm so grateful for my friend Nicole. Honestly, she made it so that I had the best week I could have had. Other than that, we did a couple other very cool things like checking out the Hard Rock Cafe, the one that looks like a guitar. This was actually a few weeks before the Super Bowl, so we passed the stadium where it took place, and that was pretty cool as well. Overall, what I usually do when I'm out on a trip and I want to bring work with me is I really try to make the best of dead time. So for example, if someone is sleeping or someone I'm traveling with is sleeping, then I'll work. I get a lot of work done either in the early mornings or late nights, but airports and airplanes are for sure the places where I get the most work done because in my head, I'm like, I can either have these 8 hours and watch movies and do absolutely nothing. And don't get me wrong, I do watch some movies on these airplanes, but like one of my flights from, for example, Amsterdam to New York was actually like 8 hours long. So I will, for example, work for 4 hours and then relax for the other 4 hours. So it's not like I'm working the full 8 hours, but it definitely helps to have something productive to do because it makes time go by in the airplane a lot faster. So that's really nice. And then right after Florida, I spent a day in Oslo with my best friend Josie, and then I got to see a little bit of it. We walked around just briefly, but it wasn't like a huge trip. And then I came back home. The biggest things to take away from this is that you obviously don't get as much work done when you're there than when you're home. So you should count on having sort of like a lower week as a freelancer. But on the other hand, you do, for example, for me, I get a lot of YouTube footage, so it works out pretty well for both things that I do. If you're curious as to what I do as a digital nomad, I actually do digital marketing. So I have clients and I help them with their social media channels and newsletters and websites and things like that. So that's what I get to do, and I'm honestly so grateful for this job that I have because it's honestly allowed me to travel so much and have this new apartment and decorate it and show you guys. If you guys want to see my apartment decoration videos, which are coming up very soon, make sure to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next week's video. Bye bye.